Okay, looks like we're recording. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and again, just walk through first a little bit about what community engagement is, what we consider, those community service hours here at YSU, and then take you through Penguin Pulse quickly, just so you guys know how to log in, how to find those volunteer opportunities this summer, and how to track them. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And the first thing is what is community engagement? So here at YSU, we define community engagement around the Carnegie definition of community engagement, which is collaboration between YSU and the larger community for the mutually beneficial exchange of knowledge and resources, most often surface with a community partner or nonprofit. So two things in that definition that pop out: mutually beneficial exchange. So yeah, of course we want to volunteer and, help out our community to do good, to help them, to help with a cause that we're passionate about or a need in the community. But we also, consider community engagement a benefit to you as the volunteer. So to our students, you're gaining skills, you're gaining a network of professionals that you can, draw upon throughout your career here at YSU or after. You're working with the public maybe sometimes. So you're also gaining those skills to make it a mutually beneficial exchange between you and the partner. So that reciprocity is really what we're looking for, when we engage in community service. The other thing that pops out in this definition is mostly with a community partner or nonprofit. So most of the time, when you're volunteering, it's going to be for a nonprofit organization, or, like United Way or the Rescue Mission, or for a cause. So say, you are hosting a fundraiser for a certain cause or a certain philanthropy. That's when, it counts as community engagement. So we do have some examples here, of what we consider community engagement. We have mentoring elementary school students through United Way's Success After 6 program. You're going to a nonprofit or an organization in the community and volunteering your time there. Research can also count, though, as community engagement. So if you're getting up there in your classes and you're helping a professor or have to conduct some research for a course on a topic that helps the community, such as, research on grocery stores in Youngstown to combat food deserts. If it's helping a need within the community and providing knowledge for the community to use in a way that, for betterment, that could also count as community engagement. We also have developing a website for a local nonprofit. So using your skills in some way to help an organization rather than, kind of going and serving food to someone. You're using your skills in another area to help that organization. So maybe, you develop a marketing plan for them, or you help run their social media or something like that. That also counts as community engagement. And then also we have here hosting a fundraiser for Gwinathon. Gwinathon is an annual event here at YSU. I'm sure you'll be familiar with it as you go through the fall and spring here, but it's like a dance-a-thon where all proceeds benefit Akron Children's Hospital. So again, you're not really going to Akron Children's Hospital and volunteering your time, but if you participate in Gwinathon, maybe, you help run the event, or you participate and donate funds toward the event, that counts as community engagement because all those proceeds, go to that organization. The other definition I want to point out to you guys is what we call university service. So this is service toward any YSU department or area, unpaid time. So not through a campus job or anything like that. So unpaid time helping YSU areas execute programs for the benefit of the YSU community and its students. So this Sometimes, you know, e- places on campus need help from students and volunteers to run different events, check people in, set up, tear down, that kind of thing. This can also count toward your community service hours because you are helping the YSU community, you're helping the students, you're helping the university run its programs for students. It doesn't count as technically community engagement because, it is within just our university community and not out toward the larger local areas. But it does count for your hours as far as, you guys are concerned in getting these community service hours. We try to encourage you, this it's great to take part in university service for your hours, but you do want to make sure you balance that with other community engagement opportunities because it is beneficial for you to get out, meet people in the community, help with an organization that way, and help our local areas. But university service would count too. So the examples here are escorting prospective students around campus for Penguin Preview Day, which is, just, helping incoming new students, volunteering to take tickets at Federal Frenzy, which is also another YSU event, helping students to register during orientation. So helping students in any way, helping areas who are holding these events or these programs for students. That counts as university service. Now, on-campus involvement is what we do not count for any community service hours, community engagement hours, and we define that as student organization participation or leadership, or on-campus events not tied to service. So I mean, it's kind of just common sense. Like if you go to a university event or a play or a football game, that doesn't count toward your hours, obviously. But also if you're in a student organization or even the president of a student organization and you're spending your time organizing these meetings and sending out emails to other members of that student organization, that does not count as community engagement. That does not count towards your hours. It only counts as on-campus involvement, which is just, being an active student, which is great. I mean, we want you guys to do that too. We want you to be active, involved students, but you cannot count that as your service hours. So, again, attending student organization meetings, athletic events, theater productions, taking on a leadership position, or planning a social event with no tie to a philanthropy. So that all does not count as your hours. So say you're planning Gwynethon and all those go toward that philanthropy or, Akron Children's, that counts. But if you're just planning Gwynethon, which, again, is a dance event and it's just like a social fun thing and no proceeds go to Akron Children's, it's not tied to a nonprofit in any way, that would not count. So that's the difference. If your student organization has a philanthropy, like, many of the Greek fraternities and sororities have a philanthropy tied to them. If you're doing an event for a philanthropy, yes, it counts as your hours. But if it's just a social fun thing, it cannot count. So that's the difference there. The other things that we always tell students to are when it comes to, determining whether this counts as community service or not. If it's anything to do with a family member, so helping a family member's business in any way, or, mowing the lawn for grandma, that's all well and good. That's nice of you, but it does not count toward your hours. So anything involving family members or helping a family business, that does not count as your service hours. And also like anything paid. So any job, anything you get money for also does not count for community service or community engagement. So I'll take a pause right here. Does anyone have any questions around those definitions or what might count, what might not count? You could unmute and and ask. Okay. If we're good, I'll take a little pause here and there if there's any questions, but if not, we'll just keep rolling through. So knowing, those definitions, it brings us to YSU PenguinPulse, which is our university platform for tracking community engagement, finding those opportunities, and, kind of working with our community partners in ways to find volunteer opportunities and serve the community. So I am actually going to go out of this and take you to YSU PenguinPulse. This is our university's front page for the platform, and to get here, the easiest way is to do, kind of bookmark ysu.givepulse.com. I also threw the link in the chat here, so you can, use that link and just kind of bookmark it for future reference. That's the direct link. But if you forget that, you can always find a link in the Penguin portal too. So I'll show you how to get to it. This is just ysu.edu. If you want to go to the Penguin portal and log in, and then go to the Student e-Service Index, you will find the link. It's the very last link right here within that little box. So that's another way to get to it if you forget ysu.givepulse.com. But we share links with you guys all the time, so of opportunities. So we'll make sure you get there. But this is what our main page looks like. I'm going to move this over for a minute. Can I there? And when you get here, you will not be logged in. So to log in, you go over to this little user drop down and log in. You do not need to sign up, even though you've never been in PenguinPulse before, because everyone at YSU, whether you're a student, faculty, staff member, you automatically have an account in PenguinPulse. So you could just simply go to log in and use this login via YSU button. And all you have to do, I think I might just get automatically. Yeah, I've logged in so many times it just probably knows me, but it will bring you to a prompt that will ask for your username. You just use your YSU email. So, your name at student.ysu.edu, and then your password, whatever password is connected to that email that you use to, log in at ysu.edu. You just use your username and email for YSU and it logs you into your account. So once you're in, which is nice, you don't have to sign up for anything and create a new password. It's just always going to be your YSU password and your YSU email. So once you're in, again, this is just our front page for YSU PenguinPulse. We do have a link right here to all of our video tutorials. If you ever need a refresher on how to, on the PenguinPulse basics or how to track community engagement, this is a nice little sample of some of our videos on YouTube that you could go to and see how to roam around PenguinPulse. But the main thing here is you can see what community partners are connected to us and kind of scroll through and see, all of our community partners. We also have all of our YSU departments and areas on here too. So PenguinPulse is going to show you volunteer opportunities from the community, and it's also going to show you volunteer opportunities that count as that university service. So, if the Honors College needs help with orientation, that's also going to show up here for you to sign up to volunteer for. The events tab is the tab that you want to go to find all of these events. So this is a big long list right here, but you can filter out by date. If you're looking for volunteer opportunities, I would definitely filter out under type here and click volunteer service opportunity and apply to make sure that you're seeing volunteer opportunities. Sometimes different areas just post maybe an event that is open to the community, like a lecture series, which doesn't necessarily count as volunteer hours, but so if you're trying to filter out and see what volunteer opportunities are there, you want to go ahead and filter by type. Then you could also, if you have a certain cause that you're interested in or an area, if you're trying to find something that is tied to your major that you could find volunteer work with. This is another nice filter here. You could filter by cause. So say you wanted to filter by, I think there's one. I'm trying to think of who has. Let's see, animals. Apply. Nothing right now. Sometimes over the summer, there's not as many opportunities. Oh, children and youth. This should be something. Then you're going to see those pop up. So a lot of oh wows, volunteer opportunities. You're working with children, so that pops up. Report card mentoring at Boardman Middle School, Taft Elementary School Help, STEM Over the Rainbow. So you could see based on causes or areas of interest, what's available to you. I don't think a lot of, just so you know, I don't think a lot of community partners will use skills. So it might not be the best filter to use when you're looking for something, but definitely type and cause will help. And again, you could go through this list. You could also see what's going on. Like if you want to see what's going on today, maybe you have some free time in your schedule and you just want to see like a calendar view. You could click this little calendar view here and see what opportunities are available by day. It's just a different view for you. So this is how you can find different opportunities going on in the community. You could also just search by keywords. So if you want to see what's happening in the Honors College, these are all opportunities listed by the Honors College. You could also just go to their page, by searching under subgroups for the Honors College and see what's listed on their particular page. But keywords are also useful here too. So once you do find something that interests you. So say we want to volunteer for this YSU Second Harvest Food Bank Packing Day. You'll go ahead and click on it, and this takes you to the actual event page. This is where you can get all the details about what you'll be doing. If you scroll down, sometimes there are different shifts available. So there might be, morning crew, afternoon crew, or teardown, setup, that kind of thing that you could register. This only has one shift, so, you're only seeing the one. But if it does have multiple times or dates, you could pick which time and date, works for you by looking here, and then click register. And so there is only one shift here, but since it's listed as a shift, you just select, again, select your shift, click next, and it shows that you are the registrant. All you have to do is check that little box that you agree to the terms, and then your registration is completed. So I am officially signed up for this volunteer opportunity. I can update my registration now. If I need to cancel for whatever reason, I can do that here on the event page. And I can also see all of my registrations by going to, by going to this activity drop-down menu up top and clicking registrations. And it will show everything that I registered for, whether it's, in the past or upcoming. So, you could see what you're volunteering for. You could see how many hours and what you've donated for in the past. You can also see from this activity drop down the different groups that you are connected to. So you guys should automatically be connected to the Sokolov Honors College, which kind of the benefit of being connected to a group is anytime they post something. So say you wanted to get notified every time United Way posted a volunteer opportunity. You would just go to their page, click join, and then you would be notified if they put another volunteer opportunity up. But this is where you could see all of your groups here. So, but really, for you guys this summer, I would just focus on knowing where to find the events. So I'm going to go back to this main page again. So this events tab right from ysu.givepulse.com, knowing where to find volunteer opportunities here, how to register for them by clicking on the event and clicking register, knowing how to, read what you guys would be doing or seeing the various shifts. And once you're registered for an event, you should be notified through your YSU email, like little reminders. So for this event, for instance, you guys all had to sign up, and register for this lunch and learn. So I'm sure you got an email yesterday saying 24 hours or, don't forget 24 hours till the lunch and learn tomorrow. So you'll get reminders that way. You can always message the main contact by, like if you have a question on parking, say you're volunteering at United Way and this is the first time you've done that and you have no idea where to park. You can message the contact right here through Penguin Pulse. It goes right to their email. Just type a question and they should respond to you. Your messages in Penguin Pulse are right here by this little envelope, but all of your messages or replies to your messages should also go through your YSU email. So, I barely check my messages in Penguin Pulse. I just keep an eye on my YSU email for anything that comes through for me. So it just makes it easier. It's one less place to check for things. So that's how you find those opportunities. I'm going to take another little pause here. If anyone has any questions and you want to unmute and ask at this point, give you. Okay. We're all still good then. We're rolling through. So now that we know how to log into Penguin Pulse, where to find the events and register for them, kind of the last thing I want to go over today, and don't worry because all of this you'll go over, in Intro to Honors too. And we'll send you a bunch of emails and help and links and things. So this isn't the only time you're going to learn about YSU Penguin Pulse. This is just a nice quick overview for you for the summer to get started. But the last thing I want to show you today is how to log your hours once you complete them. So there are a couple ways to do that. Here in YSU Penguin Pulse, anything that you do that counts as service hours is called an impact. So you could see like from our main page, it says add impact here. I would stay away from using this because the reason is as soon as you click add impact from the YSU main page, it's going to automatically say that your impact went toward YSU. So if you volunteered, with Oh Wow, and you clicked that button, it would not show that you volunteered with Oh Wow. It would just show that you volunteered for YSU. If you did something for YSU, go for it, use that button. But the easiest way to make sure everything on your impact form is correct is to just go back to your registrations from your My Activity drop down. Go back to that event page. And once you're there, and once you have completed, your hours and service, you can click the Add Impact button from here. That's the easiest way to do it because then it automatically lists, what you did, who benefited from your service. And it's gonna save you from having to go back and change it in the long run. So again, just going to my activities, registrations, clicking on that event page and clicking add impact. This is where you will start your form to log your hours. So you can select your shift here that you did. You can say whether it's for a course or not. This was not for a course. It should most times automatically put the date in for whatever shift you signed up for. If it doesn't, if you see that this is wrong, you could just change the date on here for when you served. You'll put your time. So say I did 2 hours. And then there's just 2 boxes that you're going to have to fill out with some text. So this is, part of community engagement to, we talked about that reciprocity, that, mutual beneficial exchange. Reflection is another key component to your community engagement. So we want you to reflect on, what you did, who you helped. So this first one is just simply what you did. So, I packed up food. You could keep this kind of simple. But the second one, we want you to kind of just think a little bit about, what you learned from this experience, who you helped, what it felt like, or maybe what skills you could use in the future, how it felt to help this particular cause, just kind of think and reflect on your service. It doesn't have to be paragraphs upon paragraphs, but we do want you to kind of put a little bit of a reflection in here. Reflection. And that will allow you to submit your impact too, because these are 2 mandatory, fields for the form. And then the rest is kind of just anything else you want to fill out. This says review, reflection, and feedback, but but you don't have to do that again. These are the 2 boxes that we kind of look at for you. So you could leave this blank. You could leave personal notes blank if you want. If you have any pictures from the event, sometimes professors might ask for pictures of you volunteering, so you could attach anything there. And then it will also ask if you want to share this with anyone. So it automatically shares with YSU. But if you want to put in Second Harvest Food Bank, they might not be or let's say this was for wow, and you wanted to let them know, that you volunteered there, you could always put the organization there. Or you might need to put a class eventually if a class is connected with a service. They will be a like a pop-up resource for you to put in there too. But really, as long as YSU is there for now, that's all you need to know. You can make this private so that only, the group and you can see it, or, private, I don't know why this is not checking for me, but usually that should be able to be accessed. Then once you do that, you just click add impact. And when you click add impact, before it goes on your record as verified, you'll see here it says verification pending. That form is going to be sent to the community partner or whoever was in charge of that event and it's just going to ask them, did Andrea Tharp volunteer at this event for 2 hours? And they're going to check yes or no. And once they check yes, this will change to verified. And that will count toward your hours, and we'll be able to see that count toward your service hours. The way you can see which ones are verified, or if you want to see the status of different impacts, you could again go to this activity drop down, click impacts, and this should show you a full list of all of the impacts um, that you have submitted. This one is pending. The rest are verified for me. And again, it'll show you just different, stats on your personal service. So that's always nice to be able to have that list. The other nice thing that you guys will want to um, note is if you go to activity, no, sorry, I always get these messed up. If you go to your user dropdown and you go to impact summary, this is a really nice printout for you. Once your impacts are verified, they will show up automatically on this summary. You could print this out and attach it to a resume, attach it to an internship application, and it automatically shows all of your verified uh, service that you've participated in. So this is really nice to have. But again, it's only for verified impacts. So, you want to make sure that your impacts do get verified before you can, count them here. So, but that is nice to know where that is so that you could print it out for future applications or jobs or resumes or anything like that. So I'm going to take another pause and see if anyone has. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did somebody? Okay, somebody raised their hand, but let me stop sharing for a minute. I did not.
Yes, I raised my hand. This is
Okay.
Lori Gibson on behalf of Oliver.
Hi.
Hi. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thanks.
I just wanted to ask how to record an event that does not involve a community partner on the Penguin Pulse. And then second part to that question is, do I need to vet that? In other words, does that have to be verified in advance?
Excellent question. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again so that you can see where to do that. So, that's a great question because not all of your service will be through these events that are on Penguin Pulse. You might already be volunteering at your church or, some organization or even your high school now that you're graduated. We have a lot of students who go back and coach different sports or help their high school in some way. And that's not always going to be on Penguin Pulse. So to add an impact that is not on Penguin Pulse, you're going to go, okay. You're going to go to this user dropdown and you're going to go to add impact here. This allows you to add an impact that doesn't have any default organization attached to it yet. So they're going to ask you who you're volunteering for. And, the first thing is to just sort of search them out. I'm trying to think. I'm going to try my church here because I don't think they're in here, just to give you an example of something that might not be in here. So say you volunteered at your church and they're looking for it here to see if it's already in the system. Loading. It might, if it's in the system and it pops up, you could click it. If it's not, sorry, come on, loading. I don't think this one is in here. Okay, so this is kind of a list of the closest things that it's not in there. So if your organization is not already in Penguin Pulse, you just click this can't find it button, and then you just type it in. You type the city that it's found in, state. And then you just fill out the impact form like I already showed you. So that's the only thing that's going to be a little different. There's one more part actually that's a little different, but it's you actually going in and either searching for your organization that you're helping or clicking that can't find it button and typing it in yourself. Then you just go ahead and fill it out. Is this for a course? Yes or no? But this is the other part that you will have to fill out by yourself. So you will need a verifier's name. So, whoever at your church would at that or at your organization, who would know you or have an email address that you can use. You can type that in here. You don't need their phone. You just need their name and email. So those are the only two differences. Then again, you just put your date, you put your time. You could also choose, if you donated money, if you did research, if you voted, or maybe you donated like a bag of clothing to Goodwill or something like that. You could choose whatever. Usually it's time, but there are some other options there. You fill that out as normal then, click add impact, and it will go to whoever you chose as your verifier here. If you do not know, if you have no, email, no way of getting an email, you can use the Office of Community Engagement's email, which is just communityengagement@ysu.edu. It will go to me. I'll kind of look at it. If I have any questions, about why you didn't put a verifier in, I might reach out to you that way. But if you're just kind of stuck and don't know who to put, you could always put my name, and community engagement at ysu.edu there. And then that would be how you would add an impact on your own. I'm so glad you asked that question because I almost forgot to go over that way. So thank you. Does anyone else have any other questions? Okay, I'm going to stop recording for now.